Hello everyone, this is the Spegmeister, and welcome to part 9 in my Halo Wars Legendary walkthrough. Today I'll be playing through the Flood, and in this mission we'll get a little bit more insight as to what the Flood is capable of doing. Last mission we had a little bit of an introduction to the Flood, so I'll walk you through this mission and show you how to get gold part-time and find the collectibles. So, let's take a look and see what we're up to.
Spirit of Fire, this is Red Team. We're 100 meters from Anders' transponder signal. Meeting strong resistance. Seeing some pretty crazy stuff out here. Over.
Hold your position, Red Team. Reinforcements will come to you. Sergeant Forge, rendezvous with Red Team and find Anders. But be careful. We don't know what these things are capable of.
On the way.
I've received Red Team's coordinates. I've marked it on your map.
On the way.
So with the beginning of this mission, you start off with a couple of infantry units along with Forge. Unfortunately, Forge doesn't have his war dog in this mission either. But what we're going to do is go around the back side of the map and begin collecting some supplies and try to get our base up and running. Some of the supplies you'll find in these flood eggs. Other times you might wind up finding a nasty surprise. So just be aware of that as you're kind of going around at the beginning and just gathering supplies. So that one spawned some spores. And this one should be, well, spores again. I was expecting supplies.
Local units. Local units.
Right away.
Local units.
Fire. Right away. On the way. On the way.
Reactor complete. Local units.
Right away.
Turret complete. Supply pad upgraded.
Moving. Right away. Blast them.
Local units.
On the way.
Local units.
On the way. On the way. Right away.
Supply pad complete. Local units.
On the way.
Supply pad upgraded.
On the way. We're going in.
Turret complete. Supply pad upgraded. Local units.
On the way.
Local
On
units.
the way.
And then the objective to getting the skull on this level is pretty simple. So you'll need to kill 20 of these flood stalks
Local units.
to get the skull, and the skull will appear over by this pelican. So later on the mission, I'll need to make sure that I build a hornet to get the skull, since that is inaccessible by any ground units that you have.
Local units.
Moving. On the way.
Local units.
On the way.
Local units.
On the way. Right away.
Fortress upgrade complete. Local units.
On the way.
Local units. Local units. Local units.
On the way. Right away. On the way.
Turret improved. Local units.
On the way. Moving.
And while you're using infantry around the flood,
Complete.
you definitely want to be careful when you're faced against the infection forms, since if they start attacking any of your marines or flamethrowers, they can infect your troops and turn them against you, which is a very interesting feature in this game, but it stays true to the other Halo games where the Flood is in.
Blast 'em. Yes, right away.
Supply pad complete.
On the way.
So right now I'm just saving up some supplies to upgrade the reactor, and then we're gonna begin building tanks here shortly.
Local units.
On the way.
Reactor improved. Local units.
I would say, aside from Scorpions, Hornets work pretty well on this level too.
On the way.
The Flood don't have a lot of units necessarily that can
Firing.
combat well against air, except the flying units, which are the Swarm. And then you'll have the Flood launchers, which will fire a mortar at your units.
Complete.
And those can be fairly devastating,
Local units.
especially on Legendary.
On the way. Moving. On the way. Yes, on the way. On the way. Yes, right away. Right away. Yes, right away. On the way. Right away. Right away. Scorpion ready for combat. Right away. On the way. Quick, fire! Right away. On the way. Send us in. Rolling out. Yes, on the way. Send us in. Rolling out. Target acquired. Target acquired. Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling out. Target acquired. Yes, on the way. Firing. On the way. On the way. Send us in. Target acquired. Target acquired. Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling out. Send us in. Rolling out. Send us in. Rolling out. Target acquired. Target acquired. Rolling out. Target acquired. Target acquired. Scorpion rolling out.
For the time being, when you have a few Scorpions ready, it's pretty nice to go around the map and start killing off some of these lighter structures that are near the base,
Rolling out.
and to also scout out for more supplies as well.
Rolling out. Target acquired. Rolling out.
Local units.
Rolling out. Rolling out. Target acquired.
Local units. All units.
On the way. Send us in. Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling
And with these 3 Scorpions, we're going to go ahead and send them off to the secondary base location.
Local units.
And we'll try to up our economy just a little bit more.
Local units.
And I'm being fairly generous in saying that.
Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling out. Scorpion fueled up.
Local units.
Along the way, you'll come across this new blood building type, which is a colony.
Local units.
So I would say just ignore those for the time being. You really don't need to take them out yet,
Turret complete.
because we're going to focus on those once we have an army built and ready to go.
Local units.
Rolling out. Rolling out.
Local.
For now, I just want to focus on getting the second base up and running.
Target acquired. Rolling out. Target acquired. Target acquired. Target acquired. Rolling out. Target acquired. Healing target.
Local units.
Pulling out. Send us in.
Firebase ready. Local units.
Target acquired.
Local units. Local units. Local units.
Ready for combat. Standing by. Standing by.
Station upgrade complete. Reactor complete. Local
And we'll
units.
focus on getting our upgrades for the Scorpion early on here.
Pulling out. Yes. On the way. On the way.
Local units.
Pulling out. Spirit of fire. Getting a little hairy here, sir. Where's that backup? Pulling out.
Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Pulling out.
Supply pad complete. Local units. Reactor improved. Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Send us in.
Supply pad upgraded. Base under attack. Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out.
Supply pad complete.
Send us in. Standing by.
Local units.
Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling
Supply
out.
pad
Pulling
upgraded.
out. Pulling out.
Supply pad complete.
Send us in. Standing by.
Local units.
Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling out.
Fortress upgrade complete. Supply pad upgraded.
Standing by.
Local units.
Out. Target acquired.
Field armory complete.
Target acquired.
Enemy engagement.
Pulling out. Target acquired.
Local units.
Pulling out. Send us in.
Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Pulling out. Send us in.
Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out.
Local units.
Target acquired. Pulling out. Target acquired.
Supply pad complete.
Send us in.
Enemy engagement.
Send us in. Send us in.
Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out. Target acquired. Target acquired. Target acquired. Pulling out. Send us in.
Local units. Supply pad upgraded.
Pulling out.
Supply pad complete.
So at this point, we're doing pretty good in terms of an economy.
Local units.
Pulling out.
Getting a good flow of supplies rolling in, which will allow us to
Send us in.
continue upgrading and building units, and also going for other upgrades,
Local units.
specifically defensive ones for the base, and then the carpet bomb as well.
Supply pad upgraded.
Once again, I think this is another mission where you don't necessarily have to upgrade adrenaline.
Local units.
We're not going to be using Forge or the Marines very long on this level.
Local units.
Pulling out. Target acquired.
And you might not need to upgrade the turrets beyond a medium turret,
Out.
but I figure I might go ahead and just upgrade them to a large just because.
Local units.
Send us in.
Reserves. Research.
Send us in. Scorpion rolling out.
Local units.
Target acquired. Rolling out. Rolling out. Target acquired.
And right around when you have nearly a full army, it would be a good idea to try to clear out some of the areas surrounding these colonies. What we're going to end up doing is knocking out all 5 colonies on the map at once. It'll be a lot easier to do that with a lighter resistance.
Rolling out.
Turret upgraded.
Send us in.
Local units.
Target acquired. Target acquired. Rolling out.
Turret complete.
Send us in.
Local units.
Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling out.
Local units. Turret improved.
Rolling
Turret
out.
improved.
Rolling out. Rolling out.
Local units.
Rolling out.
Enemy engagement.
Send us in.
Local units.
Rolling out.
Local units.
Target acquired. Rolling
Enemy
out.
engagement. Air pad complete.
Target acquired. Canister. Yes, sir. Rolling out. Target acquired. Rolling out. Target acquired.
Turret complete. Base under attack.
Target acquired. Rolling out. Send us in.
Local units.
Rolling out.
Only trick with managing 2 armies is just making sure you keep a good eye on both of them.
Healing targets. Send us in. Send us in. Send us in.
I'm going to send a couple more scorpions over to help reinforce that group as well. And these 4 should be okay on their own.
Turret upgraded. Enemy engagement. Local units. Local units.
Rolling out. Rolling out. Standing by. Standing by.
Base under attack.
Rolling out. Rolling out.
Local units.
Rolling out. Send us in. Send us in. Regenerate healing targets. Standing by.
Local units.
Rolling out. Rolling out. Rolling out.
Local units. Carpet bomb. Improved.
Send us in.
Enemy engagement.
Target acquired. Send us in.
Local units.
Away. Hornet prepped and flying.
Enemy engagement.
And then we'll use the hornets to collect the or we'll need 1 hornet, I should say, to collect the skull here later on. So I'll make sure we can do that.
Local units.
Target acquired.
I'm going to send these units in position to begin taking out the colonies as well,
Acquired. Target acquired.
and knock out a couple blood spawning sites in the process.
Orders, sir.
Local units.
Rolling out. Target acquired.
So we should wind up with that skull pretty quick.
Rolling out. Target acquired. Rolling out.
Carpet bomb. Improved.
Target acquired. Pulling out. Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling out. Blast them. Pulling out. Target acquired. Target acquired. Pulling out.
And all these infection forms can be rather annoying,
Pulling out.
but they're pretty easy to kill with our tanks, so it's not as bad.
Send us in. Weapons on.
Local units.
En route.
And then we're gonna go get the skull by this pelican.
Base under attack.
On my way. Send us in.
Local units.
Out. Canister loaded. Target acquired. Pulling out. Target acquired. Target acquired. Target acquired. Pulling out. Pulling out. Not sure what just happened, but the large one just shook like it was hurt. Yes, sir. Pulling out.
Yes. When the colony was destroyed, I registered the large creature weakening.
Out. Pulling out. We noticed a few colony creatures on the way in. We can weaken the big one by taking them out first. Target. Uploading coordinates. Out.
So if you go into that little nook just by that first colony that we destroyed, you'll find the black box in that location. That can be a pretty easy one to miss,
Target acquired.
unless if you're looking closely.
Canister loaded. Target acquired.
Local units.
Target acquired. Target acquired.
Local units.
Pulling out. Pulling out.
Local units.
Keep killing those things. The big one is even weaker.
Local units.
Pulling out.
Local units.
Pulling out. Canister. Yes, sir. Pulling out. Target acquired. Pulling out. About time you guys showed up. Ready. Hopping on.
I've lost Anders' transponder. Could the creature be jamming the signal?
On the move. I'm on it.
Local units.
Pulling out.
Local units.
On the way. You got it. As good as dead.
Local units.
So right now I'm just switching between armies, just taking out these colonies,
Local units.
and we should have a decent bit of time to
Local units.
work on taking out the Proto-Gravemind now that we have all the colonies down.
Rolling out the carpet. Initial bombs out.
And this is why I like to upgrade the carpet bomb, is you can just knock out the Gravemind like that, or Proto-Gravemind.
All right, all the creatures are dying.
Captain, as soon as that creature died, I picked up a new signal just east of here.
So there we go, we got the mission in 22 minutes, which isn't a terrible time. Could have done a little bit faster, but with this strategy it's pretty safe to go around the map with the scorpions and knock out all the colonies at once. If you're doing this with the hornets, you can easily go around the map with a single army and just wipe out these colonies one by one. So once again, thank you all for joining in with me on this walkthrough, and I will catch you on the next video.